So what if I told you that the secret to a stronger, more resilient life isn't found in comfort at all, but in deliberately seeking out the opposite? Today, we're going to dig into an ancient philosophy with a seriously radical lesson for our modern world. It's one that challenges our most basic instinct, that relentless chase for an easy life.
I mean, think about it. Our entire world is becoming this finely tuned machine, basically designed to deliver pleasure on demand. The food we order, the vacations we plan, every single experience is curated for maximum satisfaction. It's all engineered to be as smooth and enjoyable as possible. We are, without a doubt, living in an age of unbelievable comfort.
And this is where we really need to just hit the pause button and ask a pretty tough question. Is this constant hunt for pleasure actually making us happy? Or is it just making us soft? What if this whole race for comfort is a race we should be trying to lose? So, this leads us to a really crucial idea for our time, what we'll call the modern comfort trap. It's this idea that our constant pursuit of a friction-free life, well, it comes at a steep and kind of hidden cost to our character and our ability to handle adversity when it, inevitably shows up. This is pretty much the modern playbook for happiness, isn't it? We want our jobs to feel like play. Our social media feeds have become this endless competition of perfect moments, a highlight reel of who's having the most fun. And the unwritten rule through it all, avoid friction, avoid anything difficult. But what happens when life, as it always does, decides to push back? Okay, so what's the alternative to this modern trap? To find it, we're going to have to travel back in time, almost 2,000 years, and meet an emperor who had literally all the comfort in the world at his fingertips and chose to just throw it all away. Let's talk about Marcus Aurelius, the emperor of Rome. But look, he wasn't some ruler tucked away in a palace. He was a philosopher of the trenches. His most famous work, Meditations, wasn't written in some plush, cozy study. It was written on the frozen front lines of military campaigns. For this guy, philosophy wasn't just some academic hobby, it was a weapon for survival. And this is where the contrast just becomes so incredibly stark. While we're optimizing our mattresses and curating our perfect, comfortable lives, look at Aurelius. At just 12 years old, he actually defied his own mother to sleep on a hard floor and wear a rough cloak. He just instinctively knew that real character isn't forged in comfort, it's forged in the fire of voluntary hardship. So what in the world is the philosophical engine driving this radical choice? Well, it all boils down to a super powerful mindset shift, right at the very core of Stoicism. And it's one that completely changes our relationship with the world around us. This right here, this is one of the most liberating ideas in all of philosophy. Aurelius is telling us that external events, things that happen to us, they don't have any real power over us. It's our judgment of those events that causes us pain. And here's the absolute game changer. That judgment is 100% within our control. The problem isn't the problem. Our reaction to it is. And this brings us to the core practice of Stoicism, voluntary discomfort. Now, this isn't about punishing yourself, not at all. It's about training. You can think of it like a vaccine for adversity, a little dose of stress to build up your immunity. It's taking a cold shower when you really want a hot one. It's having that difficult conversation you've been putting off. It's intentionally choosing the harder path to build that mental and emotional muscle you're going to need when life gets genuinely tough. And if you're thinking, okay, that's a nice history lesson, but what does it have to do with me today? Well, think again. This core Stoic idea that you can change your feelings by changing your thoughts is the fundamental principle behind one of the most effective types of modern psychotherapy, cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT. Therapists use this exact technique to help millions of people overcome things like anxiety and depression by, you guessed it, identifying, challenging, and reframing their own unhelpful judgments. But okay, does this actually work in a controlled, scientific setting? Can just changing your mindset about discomfort actually measurably improve your performance? Modern psychology decided to put this ancient wisdom to the test against some cold, hard data. The experiment they designed was just brilliant in its simplicity. So they took two groups of improv students, an activity that's, naturally pretty nerve-wracking for most people. They gave one group a really strange instruction. Your goal today is to feel as awkward and uncomfortable as possible. The other group, the control group, was just told to do their best. And the results? They were absolutely staggering. I mean, just look at this chart. See that second bar, the one representing the group told to embrace discomfort? It is significantly higher. They persisted longer in the exercises. They took way more creative risks than the control group. They didn't just put up with the discomfort, they actually thrived in it. The science is crystal clear. Marcus Aurelius was onto something big. So, this isn't just a historical curiosity or a neat little psychological quirk. This ancient skill of embracing discomfort might just be the single most important tool we have for navigating the future that is coming at us fast. Welcome to what some technologists are starting to call the algo-modern age. This is the very near future, where our lives are going to be seamlessly woven together with AI, with robotics, and virtual worlds, all of them designed with one single, overarching goal: to eliminate every point of friction from our existence. Now, a life without friction, that sounds like paradise, doesn't it? But there's a huge risk. If we're all cocooned in a bubble of perfect comfort, we risk becoming incredibly fragile. When life, as it always does, eventually pricks that bubble, will we have the strength to cope, or are we just going to shatter? Marcus Aurelius, a man who could have had anything he wanted, chose the hard path because he knew that's where virtue and strength are found. As technology builds a world where comfort is the default setting for everything, the ultimate question for our time is this: in a future designed from the ground up for your ease, how will you choose to grow?